Hi everybody. In this lecture, we are going to take this question. This question is from the algebra statement type of question. The question is trying to say that there is a man known as Alan. He charged $15 for his equipment and $8.50 per hour for cutting a lawn. Similarly, there is a tailor who charged $12 for his equipment and 9.25 for his hourly charge in cutting a lawn. If X represents the number of the hours that he spent to cutting a lawn, then we have to figure out the value of X, and the condition is that Taylor total charge is greater than Allen total charge. There is two technique to solve this question. So we will first see the basic technique, or if I talk about the conventional way to solve this. Although in both the way, hardly fractions of second matters, but if I talk about both the approaches are very simple. So what we can do in this type of question, we have seen that if I talk about the ln charge 15 and plus 8.50 for per hour. And if I talk about Taylor charge, I will write Taylor this side and ln this side. Okay, so that you will not get confused. So ln is 12 plus 9.25 per hour. This is for per hour. And this is, we have 50 plus 8.50 per hour, right? What we want, Taylor value should be greater than Allen value. So if I talk about initially it is 12, it is 15. So initially it cannot be possible. Okay. If I talk about after 1 hour, so it will be 12 plus 9.25 and this will be 15 plus 8.25, and you can just solve the value. The value will become as 23 point something, 21 point something, and it should be 23 point something. So that should be not the true value because 21 is not a greater than 23. Similarly, we can just add one more R in this. What we can do, whatever the value we are getting, for an example, the value is coming as X, then we can write X plus 9.25. And suppose this value is Y, so we can just check Y plus 8.25. If this statement holds true, then we can say X is equal to 2. If this statement holds false, so we can say that at X equal to 2 means after 2 hours also this condition is not valid. So if I talk about the complete calculation part, so I had already done this. So what we want Taylor value should be greater than Ln. Initially 12 is not greater than 15, so I hadn't taken the initial part. After that, if I talk about after first hour, so 12 plus 9.25, that should be greater than 15.8.25. 21.25 is greater than 23.50. This statement completely false. So we can say X is not equal to 2. Similarly, at X equal to 2, again, the same thing happening. It's a false statement. So we can say X is not equal to 2. If I talk about at a third statement, again, the statement holds false. So we cannot say that X equal to 3 is the correct answer. If I talk about X equal to 4, so what is happening here? They both are equal. The values are equal. But initially, what I want in the answer, the question demand is Taylor total charge. It should be greater than Ln. It is not mentioned that it can be equal. So definitely X equal to 3 is not also my solution. Sorry, X equal to 4 is also not my solution. But if I talk about the fifth hour, so directly we can see that this statement holds true. So we can say that X value can be equal to 5, 6, and so on, anywhere. Because if I talk about after 5 hours, so every time Taylor value will be more than Ln value, right? So we can say that in this particular question, answer will be X should be greater than 4. It cannot be equal to, it should be X is greater than 4. Now let's see the option. Option number 1 is the correct answer. Option number 2 is definitely cannot possible because they are just fixing the range. It cannot be possible. I will just tell you both the approaches. If you don't want to go the conventional way and the complete approach, we have the direct approach as well. But first we look at this. This is the complete explanation part, how we can solve this question step-by-step method. And if I talk about this question is not valid only for SAT, even if you're preparing for PSAT, we can expect this type of question. The question is not difficult, very simple. Calculation is also not difficult, very simple calculation. Okay. So this is the first approach that we have take the consideration. Now let's talk about the second approach. Initially, I know that Taylor, I want it should be greater than Ln. It is initially 15. Sorry, it is initially 12 and it is initially 15. I know that this value is 9.25 and this value is 8.25. You could able to clearly see the gap means which is a bigger, 9.25 is bigger. So it is very obvious initially Taylor value will be low because the initial value of Taylor is low. But after some time, what is happening? per hour value is more. So after few hours, we can able to see the Taylor values always increase. That means if you're considering the bigger value of x, it is always that the Taylor value will be greater. So without a single doubt, this range I cannot able to fix, because if I talk about x should be greater than 5, this thing something like this, x should be greater than 3, x should be greater than 2, greater than, not lesser than, I'm so sorry. X is greater than 5, x is greater than 3, x is greater than 2, something this type of range will be there. So I have to just take the consideration of this range. I could not able to take the consideration, and the reason you already know. So I can eliminate both of them, and this statement I directly can ignore, because they are talking about x should be lesser than 3, and initially I know 12 is not greater than 5. So by default, I can cancel this statement as well. If I talk about option elimination technique, without a single doubt, within 20 to 50 seconds, we can get the answer. But what happened many a times, option elimination technique is not that much, we can say, reliable. Sometimes what happen, if I talk about, if I'm an examiner, I can just change this option number B, and I can just put like this, x should be, let's say, greater than 5. Then so what should be the answer? Without a single doubt, option A will be correct, because that will be more precise answer as compared to this. Getting my point? If I talk about both option A and B, both the options are correct. But what is more reliable answer? What is more accurate answer? Can I take x equal to 4? No, I cannot take. Can I take x equal to 4.2 hours in decimal? Definitely I can take. So that means this answer is more reliable as compared to this. So I have to select option number A again. So option elimination technique, it works only in some of the question. It does not work in 100% questions. Okay. So this is the second approach that we have taken the consideration about the option elimination technique. Now I have one more technique. If you are if you think that suits to you, so you can definitely try this, because in this your time will be saved. Option does not matter for us. Even options are conflicting to each other or not. Very simple technique. See, if I talk about Taylor, I want it should be greater than Allen, right? Taylor value is what? 12, and Allen value is 15. How much gap? $3 gap will be there. Okay. Initially it is 9.2. Oh, sorry, not initially. Per hour it is 9.25 and it is 8.50. You can take the difference. The difference is 0.75. Now you can just simply divide the gap. 3 divided by 0.75. That should become as 4. Right? So that means x cannot be equal to 4, because at x equal to 4, both the values are same. So we have to take x is greater than 5. Sir, I have confusion in the last consideration. What you did in this exactly? See, what's my aim? I want to just see that the gap is here will be $3, and the gap here is $0.75 per hour. So what I did, 0.75 multiply with how many numbers of hours? How many numbers of hours? So that I will get $3. So from here, I had seen that if x is equal to 4 hours, so I'm getting 0.75 multiply 4, that is equivalent to $3, right? But I don't want that both the things can be equal. I want it should always be greater than. So I always say that x should be greater than 4. And here it is not mentioned that the number of hours should be integer. It can be fractional value as well. Might be possible x can be equal to 4.1 as well. No problem in that. So option number A is correct, and you can use any 3 technique. If I talk about the first technique, it's very basic. You will not face any difficulty here. Simple calculation, and you will get the answer. To solve this, I think 30 to 50 seconds is enough. If I talk about option elimination technique, that is the second approach that we have taken. In that, there will be requirement of 20 to 30 seconds, but that is not 100% reliable thing. If I talk about approach number 3 will require nearly, I can say, 10 to 20 seconds, and in that you can get the answer. So if you are if you're training yourself for SAT, if I talk about for more than 2 to 3 months, then I will advise you to go with the third approach. But if you are beginner, so you can also go with any technique. It completely depends upon you. So the final answer will be option number A, x should be greater than 4. This is all about in this video. Thank you.